of teachers you need to know in order to choose your teachers well. Hi, my name is Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗗, and I welcome you into another episode of Life Unscripted. In Life Unscripted, we share with you how you can become a student for life over academic session for optimum and sustainable success. And if it is your first time on my channel, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get a notification when the next content drops. And if it is your first time on Facebook, go ahead and click that follow button, because that is one of the best decisions you're going to make in your life this year and beyond. And of course, I'm going to show you how in this series. Now, today we want to focus on different types of teachers, right? I promised you this, and that is why I'm fulfilling it. Amazing. So you need to be able to understand that what we are training you to do is to become a student for life, not a student in a school, right? Because in the school of life, it is totally your responsibility to choose your teachers. So we are bringing this into life so that you can make better choice and informed decision. Now, the first dimension of teachers you should know is what I call teachers who know theoretically what they are saying, but they do not have idea how it works. These are the first dimensions of teachers we are going to see. Trust me, you shouldn't be the only one here. Gather your friends, your concubine, your parents, your guardian, your enemies inclusive, and tag them in the comment section, or you copy the link and share, because the envy is less when everyone is succeeding. So what am I talking about? These sets of teachers, they know theoretically what they are saying, probably because they have taught other students like what you have in school over time. But really, do they really know how this thing works? No. So these sets of teachers, they just come around knowledge, this garbage in, garbage out something. There is nothing about their becoming. So anytime they are teaching you, they focus on the subject more than you, the person, the student. When books of the text more than the student, it means that there's a lack of becoming in them, and the essence of which the knowledge is transferred gets limited. So most of the time, when there are some questions you will ask them, these are the way they behave. When you ask them question, because they don't understand how it works, although they know the theoretical aspect, they will give it to you as an assignment. They will ask you to go on a research. They will just, and this sense of persons in their realm of leadership, what they that thing is going to happen is that because they don't know how it works, they will not appreciate you in that work. So just for example, maybe someone is teaching graphic design, and probably just that this person has a theoretical knowledge about this graphic design, or I've seen something. What they will say, is it not to move pictures? Is it not to write this thing? You're not like, this person doesn't understand that it's beyond moving pictures, it's beyond writing content, it's just beyond all of those things, that there is a concept to creativity that needs to be applied in this thing. Why? Because the person doesn't know how it works. And that is why most lecturers, most teachers in your school, that's why you come out and say that school is calm, because most of them have theoretical knowledge of all of this thing, but do they really know how it works? How do you explain so study agriculture, but really understand how the farm works? So these sets of teachers, they don't necessarily need to go to school. That's one mistake we are making. These sets of teachers, they don't necessarily need to be in a formal education. It can be informal, it can be in different, but the fact that they understand how this thing works. So for you that went to school, probably you have the theoretical knowledge, and you come in contact with this. They had is apprenticeship. They know the technical know-how, but they don't understand the psychology of things that helps them to modify their processes in order to achieve optimum success and sustainable result, right? So you want to reproduce results. You want to become first before you do anything. Watch out for experienced teachers. These are the people who do not just teach business, but because they are in business. So they tell you, okay, this is what this thing happens. And these are the places where you find mentors, because the rule of mentorship is that this person has a roadmap of what you intend to achieve. So he's not just saying it because he saw it in a book or Google or AI or whatever it is. He's coming from a point that I have. So this dimension of teachers is very, very important. You pay attention to them. Now, the next dimension of teacher, which is mind-blowing, is the one probably you have not met. You don't even know whether they have experience, but they have results. Now, what do I mean by results? Everybody do have results, but the essence of learning is an improved outcome. There are some results you have, but you cannot reproduce because you did not document the process. So this sets of people who have results, it's not just people who just, because whether you fail or you succeed is a result, is a report card. That's why when they give you your report card, is as a result of what you have done, right? So when you now see the result-oriented teachers that I'm talking about here, is those sets of persons who are now leaders, employers of labor, for instance, who now understand, okay, we have done this, we have worked with different persons, we have worked with different companies. It's not just about what they did for themselves, it's also about what they did for others from what they have done for themselves, and can be able to reproduce the success or the results progressively. So these people have more exoteric knowledge and understand the processes that even if you take away the resources they have now, they can reproduce that result. Why? Because they are able to do this over and over again. That's why most of the employers or most of these wealthy people are result oriented. That's why if you are an employee, you are always complaining. You're always complaining. This organ, this one. Let me focus on my role. That's not what they want. But the moment you start giving them value, the moment you start contributing to the result, they begin to like it. Honestly, let's be truthful, right? And the moment they see that you are beginning to work and gain rewards based on the results you produce rather than the time you spent, right? They will begin to bring you into the inner space to have an experience. So these people are connectors. They are people who know are leaders in most companies. They allow you to grow, not just that they have the experience, but they have the template because they have been part of the process over and over again. And they did not just do it just for themselves, they also helped other people to do it. So they have a vast knowledge of not just about their becoming, but other people who are able to tap from their own to actually succeed. So because any mentor that mentors you and what proves the wisdom of a mentor is the result of the mentee. So these people are on the verge of result. And then when you see these sets of persons, they don't talk the way, the people who just have a theoretical knowledge talk, or the people who just have a specific personal experience. They come from different dimensions. That's why anytime you have an experience with them, it looks like a whole new life. It looks like where is this person coming from? Where is this coming from? Why? Because the person is not just coming from his becoming, but also the becoming of others based on his becoming. So the result at which other people were able to tap from his wisdom is what gives him the courage to actually show you diversely on how things can work. So you have a broader perspective about life. These are the sets of teachers I love the most. So they have results to prove. Because one of the things that happens in business, understand that business is not buying and selling. Understand that thing, right? So everybody is in the business of their calling, every single person. So it's not about whether you're a student or, of course, we are training you to become a student for life. So every single person is a student here. It depends if you want your own to end in the school system or you want it outside the school system generally to be able to improve your outcomes. So these sets of persons are incredible. Incredible. You want to be in that space. They don't just have the esoteric knowledge, they have the process, they can reproduce the results. When you watch them consistently, that's where modeling, observation, when you see them do things over and over again, stay there. So we die here. That's the concept I use in following these sets of persons. We die here. So beyond what, you are seeing the way they are doing things. You are seeing the way they are trying to do this. When resources are no longer there, how do they get back up? So you begin to see observation becomes an important tool in learning. Other dimensions of learning, you begin to study, do a research, connect the dots, and whatever that it is, beyond just whatever they see, to be able to become you yourself. I want you to know that whatever thing you want to achieve, you are not the first. And so, because of that, that is why you need a teacher. And in the school of life, the teachers are not made available for you. You have your total responsibility to choose your teachers, of which the essence of this particular teaching, that by the time you understand these three dimensions of teachers, you can now be able to know who will teach you, right? That will take you close to that goal that you have set for yourself in January. So this is the time for you to come into the consciousness. Okay, I've known this teacher. This teacher is not the kind of teacher that I want. This is what I want. Because of course, the people who wins are those who are certain. So this brings you into the consciousness that, oh, this sets of teachers, they exist. So don't endanger yourself in the first dimension, because those first dimension, over time, they will create a toxic relationship with you. So, and most of the time, it looks like you have no choice, but you do if you build the courage to actually walk away. It's okay. There are some teachers in my life. At some point, some of them are seasonal. At one point, the moment I grew, I saw that I've outgrown this particular relationship. And one of the things that helps you to know is that some teachers are not always learning. Not all teachers. Those people you see both in school and outside school are always learning. That's what differentiates the coaches from the facilitators. You need to be able to understand this thing. I am a teacher. I've taught in different schools, secondary school, primary school. Even in university, I've been able to do different kinds of coaching, right? Because I worked with a university for 1 year, right? That was in 2019, between 2019 to 20, before COVID-19 struck us. So it's been incredible being in the school system, being outside the school system, to actually understand this dimension of teachers. And when you understand them, you can now make informed decision of who is going to teach you. because whoever that teaches you have a great influence in your life. There is nothing like I'm a self-made billionaire, I'm a self-made this. We are all impartations of people in our lives. The influences, both our parents, the people who taught us, our school, our environment, our friends, our relation, we are all a summation of conversations around this association. So it is better you take the full responsibility, because you can't afford to live a life by default. You need to live a life by design. And one of the ways you live a life by design is you taking up the responsibility to actually choose your teachers wisely. All right. So that is why in this particular Valentine's season, we understand the power of relationship. It's not about romance. We need to understand this. Valentine is not about romance for people who are married. You are pressing us, you are doing it. No, it's beyond that. It's one of the special days outside Christmas. After Christmas, you are also reminded that love is expressed in the way that you build relationship with people. And you know, the Bible will always say, first, love the Lord your God with everything, your heart, your soul, your even you, with your enemies. That was a joke. So love the Lord your God with everything. And that is the constituent of the first 5 commandments. The last 5 commandments also focus on how you can love your neighbor as you love yourself. What that means is that when you love God, He will teach you how to love, because you can't actually love others. You can't even love yourself if you did not find Christ. So the moment you love Him, He teaches you how to love, and then you begin to share that love to the people and the gift of men that is available for you. So most people have failed in all of these things. Some people are confused. Don't worry, that is why I'm here for you. In this particular Valentine's season, it is going to be available for just this weekend. Just this weekend, this Valentine's season. I'm giving you a free but premium value packed on how you can be able to resurrect, review, and accelerate your relationship. Want to be that type my love gift in the comment section. My love gift. My team is going to reach out to you. And or you can actually go ahead and hit the link in the description of my channel, or click the link on my bio, so that you can be able to have access into this free gift. It is free, but it's massive. You don't want to know what is the content that is right inside it. Like, it's what over, I don't know how to call it, because all these prices are not always stable. So I want you to be part of that, so that you can be able to improve your relationship, know how to be able to choose the right teachers for you, and of course accelerate those things. Don't forget that we are building confident global champions, and right here we are bringing into consciousness of how you can actually build your attribute of becoming a student, to understanding that life is unscripted. It's only take your discipline to pick up a pen and a paper to write or rewrite your script. And that is the consciousness we are bringing here. Feel free to connect with me. I still remain your friend, and you're going to get Edupreneur, Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗗, as well as the founder of Confident Global Champions Network. And I can't wait to see you on the other side. Till the next episode, I love you. Bye for now.